Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Higgs and Engie Get Into a Bar Brawl, aka the setup to a punchline. I am Kai, the DM of these two wonderful, chaotic players. If they would like to introduce themselves and their characters.
Hello, I'm Mark, and I am once again reprising the role of Benjamin Herman Boingo Higgins. He has been around and has been very quiet. I haven't played him in quite a while, so we'll see how this goes.
I'm Mod. I have been around slightly too much, but hey, I'm sure you're not sick of me yet. You probably are. I am playing the engineer, and
Never.
yeah, these two have never met. Definitely don't
No,
know
they've never
each
met.
other.
Wild.
No pest. And so this is going to be a very interesting game with two characters who have never encountered one another before.
I'm
Absolute
excited to see how they are.
Friends
Dynamic.
immediately.
For anyone listening to this, if you're interested to know how these two absolute strangers definitely do not know each other, you should probably go check out the entire Neverending Train playlist on because I mean, this is going to be a delight to listen to from nothing, but also you're going to be missing a lot of context.
Kai
Or at
did an
least listen to the
amazing
ones that
job. It's really
NG
good.
Higgs are in.
Yeah, I will. At some point, I think I need to put together a listen to this playlist of the Neverending Train. It's really short, but will get you all the important stuff. But I haven't done that yet because
You
for
did do something like that, or there's a list, maybe not a YouTube playlist, but there's a list somewhere like that.
As long as it has the pigeon carriage in it, okay?
That's
yeah,
essential
That
listening.
was the best. That
I
was
will
the
make an
best.
essential listening Neverending Train playlist at some point. But for now, we are in Toontown. It is a dark and rather damp night as this very fine mist of rain patters across the entire town. It's late.
Ugh.
It's late o'clock would probably be if you bothered to check any clocks or watches nearby. And as it is, both of you happen to be in a rather skeezy side of town. Specifically, you are headed towards a tavern called the Soggy Sardine. One of you has probably been already sitting there for several hours. The other of you is just arriving. I will let you two choose who gets to be who.
Which would you prefer,
I mean, I
Mark?
think
I
it
really
makes
don't
more.
mind.
Uh, is it more fun to have Higgs walk in and just be himself, or is it more fun to have? I mean, it makes sense if NG has been there a while because he's like, checking it out.
It's kind of trying to do a little covert research into the activity of the Yakuza, which is a very ongoing thing. So yeah, shall we say that engineer is already there in one of his disguises so that people aren't like, holy shit, isn't it that director guy? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay.
mean, the other way is like NG walks in and Higgs just stares at him.
I mean, both are funny, but if NG's in disguise, then I get to use the googly eyes again, and everybody
You do
loves
get to use
those.
googly eyes.
And
Oh yeah, you're right. Go
I
for it.
think we did also joke at one point is and you've got the googly eyes and also potentially a fake beard. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, we're going full ham. He's got like a sort of full on fake
How
beard.
long
It's
is
the
it?
same. It's the same color as like the rest of his fur, but it kind of sticks out. It just totally changes the silhouette of his character design. So nobody would recognize a cartoon if you changed their silhouette, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
I think he's wearing like the Columbo coat. Like he's gone for this sort of semi-tramp like looking, potentially like someone who's just been fired kind of a look. Yeah.
Oh my god. With googly eyes.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Angie, you have been in the soggy sardine for a while, probably still sipping at the like first drink that you got there a couple of hours ago because you don't really need to be doing more than sipping it. It's not very good. As you said, you're listening out for info on the Yakuza because you've heard rumors that this is a place where a fair few of them tend to meet up, but you don't know for certain yet. So hopefully that, and if that doesn't fail, you have got an informant of Charlie's that he did say he would try and wrangle into me there. It's been hours. He hasn't showed yet. This informant is just possibly not arriving. You don't know. And as that
His
happens,
mood is already significantly taking a dive just to keep
yeah.
like The thermometer has gone up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, it is a dive bar. So.
And as this happens, the door swings open, there is a crack of lightning in the background, and someone new arrives into the tavern.
Yep.
Higgs. Now, I do just have to ask a question. I know I was the one that staged the crack of lightning, but has Higgs at any point built a machine that specifically causes lightning to happen behind him during suitably dramatic moments?
Oh man, he's definitely tried.
Maybe it works
He's definitely
sometimes,
tried it.
and then sometimes it just does it at totally inappropriate moments, and he's like,
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Perfect.
He probably like in his brain he does like little fist pump like yes. Oh, timed it perfectly. But yeah, he comes in I mean, are you looking at I imagine you probably are looking.
yeah, I mean, engineer's been clocking anybody who enters the bar because like he's waiting for a potential connection. But also the lightning. Yeah, okay, special effects,
pretty
cool,
good.
nice.
So yeah, you see a very short rabbit tune come in the door. If this was one of those doors that had two parts, like the upper and lower part, he would just be on the lower part. And I think he's probably wearing like a just because it's rainy and dramatic, he's probably wearing like a trench coat with the collar popped up just for giggles.
Nice.
And then underneath that is kind of his usual attire, his one outfit that he wears. And he's got big glasses or goggles around his head. And he doesn't look happy. He's grumbling. He's grumbling to himself as he like wrings out his ears of the water from the rain.
I will say, as the water drips onto the floor,
way...
you do not make the floor any soggier than it already was.
It is called
Fair.
Soggy Sardine, so.
Yeah. So he's kind of grumbling under his breath and makes his way over to the bar, I suppose. And hops up with only some difficulty onto one of the tall bar stools. And like looks around like he's looking for someone.
The barkeep kind of like is standing on the other side of the bar at the moment, not really looking at you or making any motion to come over to serve you a drink. It's just kind of like side-eyeing you, unless you call for him. Otherwise, what are you looking? What are you doing here?
Well, Higgs has been given information on some kind of contact that he's supposed to make here, I suppose. So he's probably looking for, I don't know if he has a description.
I don't think you would have had a description as such, but you do know that this is a place to get whatever you're looking for. You have drawn a fair chunk of attention though, because
Fine.
While this is Toontown and you get people of all sorts here, you did have the plot. You did have like the whole yes, this is a plot important character strike of lightning when you were entering.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this whole bar mostly just seems to be filled with scientific. This is the scientific term, thugs and goons.
Okay.
They are two distinct categories.
Yeah, like NG, you do actually sort of fit in reasonably well, even with your googly eyes, because like the beard and the ratty old coat that you're wearing fits in reasonably well. You can kind of you're on the slobbier side of the goon, but you can count as one. But engineer, can I please actually get a perception roll?
Hooray! First rule of the game. Let's see how bad it is. That's +4. I think I'd know that.
Should have had Higgs roll perception.
Ooh, baby, 21.
That's a 21. Always a good start. Yeah, you definitely notice Higgs as he comes in. You definitely notice Higgs looking around for someone, but not seeming to be able to know who he's looking for. You also get to see as one of the thugs kind of elbows his way over to side of the bar. And thunk sits down on the stool right next to Higgs, and you can hear the creak of the legs kind of bending outwards beneath his weight. And he just kind of grunts at you, Higgs. And the one other thing I will say, NG, is definitely know this rabbit. You're not sure where. You're not sure where you've met him or where he's from, but there's something about him that's really familiar. Have you maybe heard a description of him before? It's the guy that Charlie said about? Or have you seen him somewhere? You're not sure, but you know him.
Maybe he's a
Question.
critic that trashed one of your movies.
Possibly.
Oh, that's entirely possible. He doesn't keep track of those. Has Charlie given like NG a password, like a sort of a phrase to say to check if it's like the guy?
Most likely yes, and now I've got to come up with something off the top of my head.
No, make Mod do
I
it.
could just say some random bullshit.
Yeah,
You can
you
say
know
that's
what?
Charlie
Yeah,
said to say.
I think it's going to be sort of a thing where yeah, you've been given a password, and you've also been told that you should get a certain thing in response.
Now I've got to think of some random
Yep,
bullshit.
I'm passing on to you guys.
Whilst sort of rolling the glass around on its edge, he says, "I've heard that the root beer is pretty good here."
Oh, he's going to draw attention to himself.
Oh, I will say. Oh, when I said I realized there's been a slight miscommunication of there's a thug comes and sits next to you. Higgs, you now have a massive ass, just random goon sitting. Well, specifically a thug sitting on one side of you. And now you have this one other person with these rather large eyes and a rather impressive beard has just come up behind you, I'm guessing.
I think he's just, I think comically, just because we're toons, he's like hopped like two to the left, like along the bar to like close the gap.
Excellent. Higgs, you are sandwiched.
All right. I'm like, I think he just goes like, "Oh yeah, hey, bartender."
The
Does he, like,
bartender
turn around or anything?
very slowly kind of stares at you for a minute, realizes, oh, no, you are actually trying to get his attention. Fine. Plonks down the glass he was supposedly cleaning and ambles over.
Can I get one of these supposed excellent root beers?
Get a silent nod. And the bartender turns around, grabs something off a shelf. You can hear the whole, like, bottle being opened, glug, 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 pouring in, turns around, dunks the glass on the table in front of you, but does not let go of the handle yet.
What's the usual price for like a root beer?
Good fucking question. Well, just one gold, I would say.
All right. I mean, I think
One gold, that
Higgs
may
is
be
gonna
some
kind of
really good root beer.
Oh, I mean,
Higgs is gonna like Higgs is just gonna flip him one gold like into the air in front of him. He could catch it probably if he wanted to.
I'm going to see if he actually does manage to. I'm just going to roll a straight d20 here. That's a 19, so yep, artfully catches it from the moment you barely even see his hand move, and suddenly it's midair. Holding it, bites into it, nods, puts it down, lets go of the bit of your root beer, and wanders off.
And Higgs takes a sip.
It's
Yeah, okay.
average at best. Also, I will say you do not have to actually subtract that one gold from your treasure or anything. It does not count.
It's fine. I don't even know if Higgs has money. He's got like 11 gold. It's fine.
The economy is in a shambles.
The mad scientist economy is in shambles. God, I'm just like, what is he?
I was going to say, NG.
Roleplay hard.
NG, that was definitely not the response you were expecting for your password.
Yeah, he has decidedly lost interest and is kind of like on the verge of giving up because, man, he's been here for a long time. It's not exactly nice in here, and like his temper is like, again, like the meter is ticking up. It's just like, god damn, this is not how I wanted to spend this afternoon. I could have been helping Short's kid with her homework. That would have been better. They are nice to me, and this place is not.
Oh. Alright, if NG is losing interest, I will say the thug on the other side of you is still kind of like eyeing you, and then just, yeah, for the thing.
Depends. Are you the guy? Supposed to be the guy.
Might be not.
Well, which is it?
Depends if you're here for the thing.
Ah,
I will say, NG, even if you've wandered off with the perception check that you got before, you definitely can hear this entire thing.
Oh no, he's not left yet. Like, maybe he started
Oh, Higgs is now being
tilting the
quiet.
chair to leave,
he's not
and then
being
it goes
explicitly
back.
loud.
Toon's trying to be sneaky.
Sorry,
It's just
Higgs
so
isn't being
goddamn
quiet. He's not
funny to
being
me.
loud specifically, but
Wonderful.
Higgs looks at this guy like he's stupid. And he just goes, yeah. I am here for the legally acquired goods, which I was told were here, and that I'd have to speak with the guy.
You scared this guy nodding? You're the guy, and like opens up one opens up his coat a little bit so you get that wonderful view of the inside of various accoutrements that it's a really weird mix of things, to be quite honest. You've got what seems to be a packet of pasta. That's a whole skin of yarn right there. That's definitely a tube of toothpaste. And various other just odds and ends that do not seem to match in terms of, yes, these are definitely legally obtainable goods.
all right. So,
I think Higgs is gonna like reach for the toothpaste.
Make a fucking dex
if it's-
save.
Yeah. He's so smart, but he's so stupid. Higgs, what are your stats? I changed your shit like 3 times.
It's like your third incarnation character. That's a 6.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Yeah, no, you immediately get your hand whapped away by this guy.
ow!
No handling the goods till they're yours.
Well, how am I supposed to know if it's of the quality which I need for my purposes?
Well, how am I supposed to know that you've got what it takes to buy the quality?
You just go,
Well, you could start with asking me.
Just this constant showdown as both of them are trying to basically outprove the other of like, yes, I am definitely the, not necessarily more trustworthy, but I'm the one that is here for an actual deal and I don't like you very much sort of stare.
I'm wondering if Higgs has like clocked NG, because I mean he's probably glanced back occasionally, and I'm just really curious. I mean, I know he's disguised.
Yeah, no, you've still got a random guy kind of close to you for this whole conversation to be happening. So yeah, sure, do it.
Like, it might not be good because might be like trying to overhear what's going on. But the other thing is, roll me perception, Higgs, and we will see if it is high enough to maybe clock NG.
Yeah, cool. 6.
No, you have no idea who this random stranger sitting on the other side of you is doing while
All
you
right, I mean, I guess
are trying to do a
coming
deal
up, making
here.
small talk. I'm not really looking for any companionship right now, so
To NG, sorry. I was like, is that just his internal monologue?
Oh.
Or...
A little bit of both. Yeah, I think he just I think if he doesn't notice that you're looking, he at least thinks that you're looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
fair
how
enough.
he is.
No, you're not looking at him,
and
but
yeah,
you're
he does
like...
go something like, "Hey, you got like a problem or something?" Listen, you seem like a perfectly nice person, but I'm not really looking for companionship right now at this time of my life. You get my meaning.
Oh, I know some people just don't like to be sociable. That's fine. That's fine. No insult to me. And
Higgs.
he plays it in reverse,
Yeah.
like the butt hopping. So like he's still at the bar and he's got very good hearing, but like he has
He's
backed
leaving.
off.
Higgs, even if you don't recognize who this tune is or looks or anything, that voice is really familiar. Like, really familiar.
Huh. All right. Well, I kind of got business here, so.
Yeah, he just sort of waves an apathetic hand as though he's totally disinterested. Meanwhile, like his ears are like, zing! I need to listen into this. I don't know what it's about, but
The
I'm going
googly
to.
eyes are.
Yeah, I will say, like, yeah, Angie, the more that you hear this rabbit talk, the more that you kind of go, like, I know I do know this guy, not just by looks, like, I know that voice. It's really, this irritating, grating voice is just kind of lodged in your head, and you know it. So, uh, but yeah, Higgs, going back to that little deal that you were trying to cut.
Yeah. I think he just goes, "All right, so what are we talking cost wise?"
I'm not going to start dealing in labeling
Yeah.
actual terms and anything because I don't want to have to figure out prices for the black market in Toontown. Thank you very much.
We can probably assume it's more than he can afford.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like it's frankly absurdly
You don't have to give me a number.
high. It's absurdly
just-
high prices. At least 3 times what this should be in other places.
All right. Well, Hang on. I'm double checking something.
Biv, is that you? I'm a huge fan.
No, that's Mark doing the voice. This seems like the kind of place Biff might be, though, if
Oh
she
god,
wasn't
yeah.
In the background somewhere.
somewhere else. I think. Oh God. He definitely. Okay, first of all, he scowls. Very important.
Of course.
And he says something. I think he says something like well, I don't know about where the business practices where you're from, but usually, if you got a first-time customer, you want to get them to keep coming back, right? That's how they do it, I think. So how about we make some kind of a deal here?
Depends on the deal. That you wanted quality.
Well, yeah, duh.
Get what you pay for. You want to cut a deal? I can get you a cut of something.
All right. Well, how about a trade then?
Have to.
All right, I think you'll like this. He's going to reach into. Well, first off, he'll reach into his hammer space. And pull out a potion. I don't know if there was any specific description of this when it appeared in the Never Ending Train, but he does have it And what he has is juice that makes you explode.
I think it wasn't it like a bright orange kind of swirling one? I can't remember how I did describe it. But
Yeah.
I will say, uh Higgs, you don't notice this because your perception's rubbish. NG, however, you do notice the moment that Higgs reaches into his jacket, you kind of get this feeling from literally every person in this bar of just eyes on Higgs and very slight shift towards reaching for a weapon. No one actually moves, no one actually does anything, but just you can feel the attention.
Oh boy. Oh gee, I don't even know what he would do if anything, because he doesn't want to start shit unnecessarily. This isn't even like the guy. So like I'm gonna roll a D2. Okay, the one is he won't do anything. The D2 is he will do something. Cause like this guy is probably going to get his ass handed to him on several plates by the look of this. Okay, one is nothing. Two is something. Oh
Okay, that's
boy.
interesting.
The dice
Oh,
have dictated
gee.
that
I
you
do have. I
act.
know where Higgs is going with this, but I
Okay.
am curious. I think he goes to uncork it, and then this is kind of where you're at.
Just sensing the tension in the room and feeling like potentially a
Do
distraction.
you know what
would
it
be
is?
good. I don't know. I don't think I do. Do I? I
It
doubt
looks
it. I doubt
you
it
don't
very
you
much.
definitely don't know what it is because you just don't know enough about potions, that sort of thing. Again, it's that sort of like you feel a little bit of familiarity, but you can't place quite why.
You know enough to know that this is potent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Speaking of potency, engineer is going to lean fully into the bum character and is going to drunkenly swerve and fall off his stool.
Yep, that works. Uh, that is definitely gets a lot of
Fashion silent
attention.
movie pratfall onto the floor.
Give me a performance roll then.
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, I almost never get to make those. And he actually has +10. So goddamn, I hope I rolled something. Oh wow, that
12?
was bad.
That
Okay,
was
Wow,
12.
that was a 2 on the dice.
12 is not good. Okay.
A 12.
Gee.
Good news is a 12 isn't bad. It's not good, and I think you know what? I'm gonna just do a fucking blanket roll for everyone here because they are frankly all a pack of morons. Um,
Mhm.
no, they can just about see through you. Like maybe one or two kind of like, oh yeah, no, get that guy out. But most of the people looking at you just because they are already on edge, and then they see this sudden movement, the tension goes up rather than down, and they can tell you up at least putting on
Me.
something of act.
Of all the roles to make a dunker on, okay. Well, I mean, he's just going
Fucking
to be slowly
amazing.
extricating himself from the floor, like patting himself off, apologizing profusely. I think he's probably sensed that that did not go over as well as he was expecting it to, so he's like very much tense and like aware of a potential beatdown about to happen. But yeah, he's still not going to get involved with the whole potion that might make you explode. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Higgs
Higgs,
probably just says something like,
So is there anyone here with this guy, or
Higgs, can I get insight real quick? Because you're still holding that
Yeah.
potion up and uncorked.
his insight, I've got great news. His insight has a modifier of -1.
Oh,
8.
it's excellent. Yeah, no, you're Higgs. You are utterly certain that this is just a drunk guy that needs to go home.
Mhm.
Just getting in the way
That's
of
why
everything.
he has anyone here with this guy? Someone's got to take this guy home. Shit. He absolutely, yeah, Higgs does not notice like the tension in the room. He's here.
Oh my god. I love him.
Okay, yeah, Higgs, are you good at what are you doing with the potion?
Oh, well, he was gonna he was gonna swirl it around. And like he was gonna do a thing where this is semi-smart. He'll take like a smell of it, and he'll be like, "Yeah, you smell that?" And he'll hold it out for the guy to smell.
I think
Provided that Higgs did smell it first.
Higgs did smell it first. Also, I think
He's
the
an
guy is
idiot. He's not a complete moron.
yeah, I think the thug is kind of looking at you, looking at this drunk homeless person, and is kind of again very much on edge.
I don't know
So
him.
before leaning over to take a sniff, does close his coat again, and then slowly takes a sniff from like a reasonable distance.
Cool. It probably, I imagine it in my mind, it smells hot, like cinnamon hot.
Nice. Okay.
And Higgs says, "Now this, it's a little something I got my hands on. What's it? This is a potion of giant strength."
One moment. Yeah, no, so with a 19 there, you do not fool this guy in the slightest. Because astoundingly...
Okay, let me make the deception roll.
Okay, I mean, fair enough, make a deception. I was actually more saying, this was less you lying and more this guy knows potions.
Son of a bitch. Well, maybe this one's just spicy. Shit. Fuck. Oh, it was gonna be so funny. Damn it.
Out with an 11. So
This could still be.
this guy recognizes that this is definitely not a potion of giant strength. Potions of giant strengths tend to spell like earthy with a very side order of meat. This is cinnamon and pepper and a little bit of chili, and he just kind of leans back. And I don't think you quite know, and I don't think your friend knows what he's up to either. Putting a purposeful glare towards NG stumbling about their stand, looking kind of awkward.
Hey, first of all, I think you don't know what you're doing here. And I don't know that guy. So Higgs says, and I'd like to know that like Higgs says this. He really doesn't know this guy. He's not rolled high enough to fucking figure this out.
Like on like the entire room. See what the potential of this guy getting completely eviscerated and whether Engineer is willing to stick his neck out to like get this guy out of
roll. It's so likely.
Yeah.
I know, but
how much do you know?
3. Is this an apocalyptic ass beating moment, or is it just like this guy will probably get a little bit of tar kicked out of him and it's not too bad?
With a 23, this is very much, because what's happened here is, this is the bar. You, NG, walking in has just been like, oh yeah, you got a couple of weird looks at the beginning and things been a bit quiet since you've been here. It's very much in terms of, yes, this seems to be a relative outsider, but no one's going to go kicking up a fuss. However, Higgs coming in here is kicking up a fuss, making a big deal, demanding cheap cuts on contraband, and is actively lying about something that he's supposedly going to be paying for. And now you're associated with him. This is very much not an apocalyptic ass beating, but they are not impressed, and you most likely are gonna get a little bit roughed up and then tossed out, and certainly not allowed back in.
My god. Okay. I don't even know what I would do in that situation. Jesus. I think Engineer's sort of like, has sort of ambled closer, saying, no, we don't even peckin' know each other. And then, like, as it were, does a double take and looks at Higgs and is like, wait a second, are you that fella? I do know you. I know you. You're, what's it? You're Bobby, aren't you? From school! And gives him a big hug. And, like, while he's giving him a big hug, in his ear is like, you shut the fuck up, you're about to get both of us skinned alive.
What are you even talking about? Are you threatening me?
Higgs, do you say that loud?
I'm pleased to see
Oh, yeah.
you. Don't you remember me? And he's shaking your hand up and down, like, with a grin that is like, shut up, let's go.
I'm gonna roll an insight.
Please roll insight. Also, did you do the whole, like, are you threatening me? Like, was that a loud exclamation, or...?
Oh, that's loud enough.
Okay.
Again, Higgs is not quiet. 1. That's a natural 2 minus 1.
Oh god.
What is the
Higgs
absolute?
does not get that this NG's trying to communicate anything at all.
I love it.
And like with that, also, I'm gonna say you don't even pick up on the fact that the thug sitting next to you has now like gotten up from his stool, pushed back, and you can hear the whole squeaks and scrapes from chairs around the entire bar as other people are starting to stand up.
Okay, plan B. And he is going to hold Higgs by his hands and swing him around like a flail.
Beat a motherfucker with another
Beat a
motherfucker.
motherfucker with another motherfucker. I am going to whirlwind this guy. Because then
Oh my
he, like,
God.
at least gets the gratification of causing this rabbit some pain whilst also having a melee sphere of damage. What do I roll?
Do you have proficiency with improvised weapons, I guess?
I sure fucking wish I did.
Yeah, Higgs has been yelling this entire time. I just want to make
Okay,
that very clear.
Yeah.
If you don't have proficiency with improvised weapons, then please just make me like an attack roll plus strength. Because
An attack roll plus strength is still, oh no, it's not. It's not +3. My brain. So it's just +5. I mean, that's not as terrible as it could be, honestly. What's the damage for a rabbit?
that's a 23 on the attack roll. You're definitely gonna hit this guy that's just been sitting next to you.
What is he, a club? Technically, I guess? He's a blunt object.
I don't. Blunt object is for true.
The rules for improvised weapons generally means it's only like 1d. I think it's only actually 1d1. I'm gonna say Higgs, you can deal up to 1d4 of damage. But however, you will
The
also be
goggles.
taking half that yourself.
Nice.
Okay. Do I add my strength to that? So
Yes.
It's like 1d4 plus 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
This could potentially be something, at least. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Amazing.
It's a 6.
Okay. Yeah. Higgs, please take 3 bludgeoning damage. The guy next to you also takes 6 damage as he gets knocked back because oh god, he was not expecting that. He was not expecting that at all, and so the surprise attack works well. And I'm gonna say you managed to take down one or two of them. And with this, now that you have started an attack, we're gonna get into the dust cloud fight.
Yay!
Amazing.
Because you've swung a blow, and now everyone else is just like, right, well then, draws their weapons and leaps up towards you all in one go. And as we watch this dust cloud rumble around the floor of the tavern, with arms and legs and weapons going everywhere, people getting kicked out, people getting kicked back in, someone getting tossed out of the door, and a bird walking in has to quickly duck down to hide. And the way that I'm going to do this is, rather than having to go into full-on initiative with everyone, we're going to make it so that you two roll initiative to see who's going to be going first out of you, and then it's just going to be 3 turns of like Higgs, NG, Dust Cloud, and I have ideas on how to make this actually work.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, he's got an initiative, doesn't he?
16.
6. His
Okay.
is not rolling well today.
Well, I mean, it was just used as a blunt object, so
No,
I think that one's
yeah.
excusable.
Yeah. All right,
Higgs has
so
barely rolled above a 10. I think he rolled an 11 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he has not rolled above an 11.
Look, the dice just hate Higgs. The dice just really
It
hate
might be
Higgs.
because he's doing things that are maybe not his complete.
Possibly.
He's maybe not the best at all of these.
Anyway, we're actually going to start off at the top of initiative is going to be the dust cloud in order just to move things along quickly because I don't want to get caught up in
Sure.
fighting for ages, and it's actually going to make 3 attacks. First one, it's going to be making.
Just do it for one round, like as a summary as how the whole thing goes.
Yeah.
If you prefer.
Oh, don't worry, I've got something to cut it short. But yeah, first thing is against NG. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does.
By how much? What is your armor class?
It meets it, makes it, isn't it?
Meets makes it. Is your armor class is 19?
I could use shield,
Nice.
but I don't feel like it. Like, he wants to be in a bar fight. He's
Yeah.
been pissed off for quite a long time.
Okay, in that case, you're only gonna actually be taking 1 bludgeoning damage from that, as a fist flies out of the dust cloud and socks you in the cheek. Higgs, you're up next.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit? Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay, by how much? What's your armor class?
15.
Okay, in that case, you're gonna
Which
be
is,
taking...
I just want to say, respectable.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
mean,
bad.
for a squishy little magic user, that's actually pretty astounding. Please take 3 bludgeoning damage as a foot gets shoved in your face. And
Ow.
the third attack roll that this dust cloud fight is going to be taking is against itself, because it's really hard to, not get hit, and it's going to be taking 2 damage to itself as one person punches another in the cheek.
It hurts itself in its confusion.
Oh, I see how. Okay.
Angie, you're
That's
up.
fun.
Oh boy. I think it's fair to say at this point, Engineer, just to vent, is going to rage. Like, that's not even like a conscious decision. He's just like, right, okay, I'm gonna do a violence to you. I think he wants to draw any weapons. This is a good old-fashioned bar fight. But you know what is allowed in a good old-fashioned bar fight? Kicking and teeth and talons, all of which he has. So I think I'm actually gonna go for... Nah, it's called a punchline game. I'm gonna punch somebody first, because I haven't punched anybody, like, ever. So that's just a +8 to hit. Oh, it's not more than that. That's the damage if I've got rage. Blah. 12. Wow, that sucks.
That only just misses. So sorry. The dust...
I think he misses and spins around on the spot and uses the impetus to bite somebody, because that's funny. Okay.
Love, we haven't had Angie bite someone in a while, so glad to see we're back at it.
Okay. Definitely aiming for someone's posterior. Oh my goodness, really?
Why are
Drunk?
these terrible
I think
rolls?
Engineer might actually be drunk. This is a terrible rolling game so far for me. God.
Welcome to my world.
All the dust clouds in the way makes it really hard for you to actually aim properly, sadly.
I'm embarrassed for me. I really am. Damn it.
That's you done?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Higgs, what the fuck is going on? What's up with you?
What the fuck is going on? If I want to get an item out, and I'm gonna roll hammer space for it. Did we ever say is hammer space a action or a bonus action?
I count it as bonus action.
Okay. Let's see. It's a 4. Higgs reaches into his hammer space and pulls out... How to describe this? He pulls out... on one end is kind of this funky looking chamber on wheels attached to a tube, which is attached to something with a bright flash of yellow, and he's going to turn on the chicken vacuum.
Oh, yes!
I forgot you had one of those. You had one of those.
So I'm going to need all creatures in a 30-foot radius to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Oh god, one moment.
Wait, do I have to make a wisdom save as well?
Yes.
It's a con... Wait, is it con save? Or...
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
It's
that's...
fun, okay.
straight
Good,
in.
I have some plus to that, because...
Oh, that's a 7 from the dust cloud.
15.
You just make it, Mod.
Oh.
Yeah, so each creature that failed is going to take 1d8 psychic damage. So first let me do that.
It's probably the first time a vacuum's
5.
ever been used in this place.
Alright,
And one creature of the player's choice is affected by Bestow Curse. So I'm going to curse this dust cloud.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's technically not one creature, it's technically a swarm of creatures.
Okay, I picked one guy in the crowd, the guy I was talking to.
Alright, that's fair. You can do that. I'm slightly surprised you weren't picking NG, to be quite honest, considering he used you as a weapon. But
He's
didn't-
mad, but he has a goal in mind here.
Yeah.
Nope, that's
Also,
fair.
it didn't affect me, so I can't do that.
bestow
but
curse
still.
away.
The curse is bestowed.
Curse is bestowed.
What
The curse is
particular?
bestowed.
What particular curse?
Oh, it's actually a spell. Bestow curse.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
it's like
affect
you
your
choose the
people,
nature of the
yeah.
curse from one of the following options.
Do I?
So,
Oh. Well, curse to the
so you can choose disadvantage to an ability score. You can have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Must make a wisdom saving throw at each of its turns. And if it fails, then it doesn't do anything. Or extra necrotic damage whenever you attack.
Oh, this is really good. I'm actually going to choose ability checks and saving throws. Wisdom.
Alrighty, that's gonna make a lot of your other spells a fair bit easier. Yeah, so this guy is now gonna have disadvantage on all of its, wisdom throws, and, everyone else is kind of not very happy that this chicken vacuum is going on and is going to make,
No.
a renewed attempt at turning it the fuck off and trying to smash it. So it's
Oh, yeah. Higgs is just standing in the middle of it, like.
A 10 does not beat your armor class, so I'm gonna say you managed to successfully. Like, you're quickly, like, whirling the chicken vacuum about as, you.
I'm just swinging the chicken vacuum around like NG swung Higgs around.
Perfect. It's gonna have one more go, and after that, its next fight does have to be against itself. Now a 22 does.
Shit. A 22 will hit me.
Okay. I'll say, rather than the damage that you will take, may I choose instead to knock Higgs over, causing Higgs to trip backwards over the vacuum and turn it off.
Okay. That can happen, but he is still keeping up that bestow curse.
Oh yeah, the bestow curse is a thing
I
now.
have to keep up concentration on it.
Nah, I would say,
The spell has concentration as part of it, but
Nah, I'd say you're good. I'd just say this guy has now cursed as the ringing of the chicken vacuum going is
yeah.
haunting.
I mean, the duration is like up to 1 minute.
Yeah, so that's still going in his ear for
He
the
was
next
the
minute.
one nearest by when he turned it on.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
And then,
that original video by Sushi Ramen because it is so iconic.
Yeah, we'll get it after we finish this game.
Yeah.
gonna deal itself no damage because it doesn't. The dust cloud does not manage to beat its own armor class. NG, you don't take any damage or get hit or anything because the dust cloud was very much focused on trying to make the chicken vacuum stop, which they succeeded in. Which
Definitely.
means NG, it's back to you.
Amazing.
Hey. Also, Liz pointed out that the reason Engineer couldn't hit shit is because he's sort of blinded because he's still got these stupid googly eyes on. So I think what he's first going to do, I don't know if you'd count this as a bonus action or an action, he's going to take those off so he can see.
Probably a free action.
I would say ripping off the disguise is a free action.
Throw him at someone.
He's gonna try and keep the beard on because he doesn't want to completely out himself, though it could come off by accident. That would be quite funny, actually. That's up to you, the DM.
I don't think I'm gonna make it come off by accident, but yeah, you can take the eyes off, and I will have Higgs, please make me another perception roll.
Just ripped off my eyes. God, that sounds so
Check
metal.
that I still don't have perception. Yeah.
Yeah. Have advantage now, you know what?
Total. Okay.
Yeah, please take that advantage. 18.
18.
All
That's
right.
a natural 19.
There needs to be a moment where he rips, like, NG rips the eyes off and kind of just have a moment of, like, wait, because you're not used to the beard, but then suddenly, you. And NG, would you like to make your attacks?
It's like the scene like we described at one point of the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they see each other from across the room.
Yeah.
But instead of a dinner going on in between them, it's just a dust cloud fight.
Yeah, perfect.
Semi slow motion bullet time sort of sort of I know you and you know me, I don't know why. I think Engie's reaction to Higgs is probably the same as before. Like, I know you, but I don't know why. And you're not the priority right now. Oh god, there's a foot incoming to my face. So he's still going to attack the dust cloud rather than Higgs. I'm gonna try and kick someone. Gonna try and kick somebody up the backside. Please let me hit this guy. Come on.
That hits.
Yay! And he's raging. So this is a D8 plus 10.
Maybe Higgs recognized him because he was raging.
Oh, did I kick someone out the window? That was 15.
I think you did. Yeah, there goes the shatter of glass as you hear as someone goes out.
He rolls his head and cracks his neck and says, "Oh, I needed that." And he's going to follow it up by punching somebody because there's just some sort of inherent comedy to punching somebody, isn't there? So hopefully that will actually work this time.
That, yeah, a 26 hits. A
26 might do it.
Okay, so what's an... Oh no, I'm strike. With rage.
Good fucking question.
Oh, right, it's just straight strength damage, so it's 10. I do 10 damage by punching somebody in the face.
And I think that person just goes flying across, knocks into the bar, and the bartender's just kind of turns around like, oh, just rolls his eyes, turns around, leans down to grab something, and is not going to finish just yet because Higgs, it's your go again.
Yeah. Is my guy still up?
Yeah, I would say he's still up. Not by much,
okay.
but.
Higgs is gonna do basically like crawl on the floor over to him and try to reach into his coat and take that toothpaste.
Give me sleight of hand.
Yep.
Be the world's best toothpaste.
It's minty fresh, baby.
We do love minty.
22.
Yeah, you get that toothpaste. You managed somehow.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to make a roll to oppose it, because that's why I chose wisdom.
No, that's fair. You know what? Yeah, I am gonna do a quick perception roll. And
I mean, I'd prefer you didn't, but if that was my just in case you did.
You know, well, it's a good thing that you gave him disadvantage because that was a nat 20. And
that's a nat
20. 19. Fuck.
And a natural 19, which I still beat.
You still beat either way. Because 22 is pretty good.
I'm like, now I'm playing on Higgs's strengths.
You do
only 6 to sleight of hand.
You do only manage to get that toothpaste rather than any of the other odds and ends as well because
don't
this
need
guy...
anything else.
No, but you managed to snag that toothpaste, and just as this guy feels something around his coat, and just like, wait, it's like I don't think he doesn't see you grab the toothpaste, but can feel you moving around. Just like, hey, what's that? And then you guys hear this voice yelling across the noise of the dust cloud fight of, all right, that's enough. And then there is this explosion of purple gas right into the center of the dust cloud as you also hear the smashing of glass. And can I please get both of you to make a Constitution saving throw?
Sure.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to fail for plot reasons, but I'm for it.
Yeah, Angie, you fail.
Yay!
Give me a second here. I am double checking something. Da 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 da. Saving
He's
throw.
going down, and it's just like, oh, I was just getting into it. Just like, boom.
Like I will say, it was technically possible for you to pass this, but also you would have to roll real fucking high.
Armor, baby, this is fine.
You're right there, Mark?
Double checking something. 24.
So so Higgs actually manages to meet it somehow.
He's an artificer. He works with chemicals and fucking particulates in the air all day.
Yeah, no, it was a fucking DC 20.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
Damn right.
Okay. I think what happens here is this purple gas sweeps out. And you can see a couple of people on the very edges of the dust cloud fight quickly scrambling to get behind the bar to avoid it, as this is reasonably the gas doesn't kick up heaps and heaps. It mostly hits you, Higgs, and you, NG, because you're both really short. NG, you just go down. Higgs, however, you are now standing on your own. There's a lot of unconscious bodies around you.
Yeah.
And the
comfort
bartender
zone.
is walking very menacingly towards you with a nice long stick that he's kind of tapping against his hand.
Well, see, the thing is, it really wasn't my fault. That this happened.
Oh god, the guy whoops his the stick towards you. That's a crit fail on that, and it goes
Amazing.
I reckon I can see, Higgs, your ears just bending down, and it goes directly over your head.
Okay.
He's gonna let me see.
That was some award-winning voice acting just with that. Okay,
Yeah. Higgs is going to reach into his back pocket and he has to use an action to do the thing I want him to do. Artificers have so much shit. Oh, okay. He's gonna use an action to unfold. He has a portable hole as one of his artificer infusions. He can recreate a magic item. So he has a portable hole.
Okay.
And he's gonna throw it on the ground underneath Engie.
I'm
Okay.
going on an adventure.
Does Engie fall into it? Is there any specific
Okay, so I'm just doing a really quick read. It's the sort of thing where you
Go for
can't
it.
quite throw it underneath NG, because you do need to actively place it on or against a solid surface. What you can do is
Okay, he's gonna put it close to Engie and then tumble his body in.
Yeah, okay,
Just kick him in.
I will absolutely allow this. Please give me a strength roll. It's not going to be very high, but you do need to have the strength to kick him in.
Sure. Higgs, what was your strength? It wasn't great.
To be fair, he's very light. Hollow bones.
13.
Yeah, a 13's just enough. You do struggle a little bit, and this is going to be the end of your turn. But you do now have the engineer in your portable hole.
That counts as my bonus action?
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Right.
counts as your I would say
opening a hole is an action.
Opening the hole is the action. Yeah, shoving him in is bonus. Yeah, so that's your turn over, but you now have the engineer in your portable hole.
Yep.
This guy is gonna make another fucking grab for you. It's a 14.
Misses. I have an AC of 15.
Yep, okay. This
Higgs,
guy
like, dodges around him.
Alright, if you're dodging around and specifically, he is gonna get an attack of opportunity. One last fucking
Well,
go.
no, no. I mean, just mean like how he missed.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But again, he can't really do much other than he's only got a single attack. So I think what he kind of steps in to try and block you from going to like getting a straight line to the door out of this place.
Okay.
Your turn again.
Yeah. Higgs is going to use an action to close the portable hole. He's picking up the cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to bonus action Expeditious Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And use his movement to go out that window that's already broken.
I love you.
So I don't have to break the window.
This.
Please give me either athletics or acrobatics to jump through it.
Yeah, baby. Higgs, you beautiful disaster.
Oh boy, there goes the other half of my notes for this fucking game. Yeah, 17.
17?
Yeah, 17's beautiful. You leap out. You don't even get cut by any of the glass shards.
I land on the guy that fell out. Soft landing.
I will. And you get out. You do. I'm not even going to bother rolling for it because this is hilarious. I want to go down this path now. But yeah, the bartender like definitely makes one last swipe for you and only just misses as you leap out the door. You manage to land on top of the
Technically
guy
gets an
that
attack of opportunity, so he could make a
he
hit.
could. I'm not going to because this is hilarious. Yeah, you land on the guy that Angie kicked out there before. You get this one split second of this like this hooded bird that had been on the very edge of the dust cloud had ducked out the door, trying to grab you to see what's going on. You managed to duck away from him as well as you do, like, again, because the 17s are pretty good for an acrobatic fucking flip. And yeah, you're out of there.
Oh yeah, and
And
he's
you have-
bonus actioning, dashing. He's using his action to dash. He's using his movement to run away. We
You
are
have
gone.
successfully kidnapped the engineer and escaped the other half of what I had
I
planned for this
succeeded
fucking
in something
game. Well
that
done.
so many assassins have failed at.
Sorry, Kai, I know this wasn't what you wanted to happen. On the other hand, I am delighted.
No, this is great. Look, if I really didn't want this to happen, I could have done a thing as a DM and stepped in and made it happen. No, this is hilarious. Please, I want to see where this goes.
And
I
I
can
hope
never
you fucking
remember, is there-
appreciate Higgs took the potential of taking 2 hits for you.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate that. I'm still unconscious in the hole. By the way, does the hole have
Yep.
air in it? I can't remember.
I believe it does.
Yeah, let me
It doesn't
just
say it doesn't.
it's the next dimensional space. It's similar a breathing creature within a closed portable hole can survive for up to 10 minutes, after which time it begins to suffocate. So don't run for more than
That's
10
plenty
minutes.
of time.
That's cool.
That's plenty of
Okay.
time. That's all the time in the world.
Yeah, it's so yeah, Higgs, where do you go? What do you do? We are completely off the rails here. This is up to you guys now. Also, if either of you wanted to take a quick, like a mid-session break now might be a good time, or if you wanted to keep going, I'm good to keep going.
Kai, you deserve a break. Like, you've just managed to
No,
pull
this is
through all that.
this
Take
is
a moment to compose your thoughts, perhaps.
this is hilarious. No, I'm good to keep going. I am here for this fucking trash fire of a game. Please.
Oh, it's good. Higgs is in the game. This is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good part to have, like, an intermission while the entire audience is like, what is going to happen in part 2?
All right. Anyone that needs to
Okay.
duck
Yeah,
away.
we'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to disappear for a moment there because the hospital called me, and I'm like, really? At this time on a Saturday? But
Well,
okay, it's fine. So, it's
Are you
fine.
like okay?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even anything important. It was like, oh, we got your results. And I was like, cool, can I have them? No, we're processing them. I'm like, what the fucking...
That could have been
Oh,
a
okay.
text message.
Anyway,
Also,
never mind.
seeing as we're definitely not going to be doing the other half of this game now, I do just want to say the other half of this was meant to be an idea that Kit brought up a while ago, which was you two magically handcuffed together.
Oh, I fucking forgot.
I just remembered as it was happening. I was like, oh, that's not
Like,
gonna happen
I'm-
now. Well,
I'm-
never mind.
I'm so glad that you still got to have the moment of swinging Higgs about and using him as a weapon.
Sorry. The gremlin part of my brain was just like, do it. I was like, okay. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna go stretch my legs for a moment. Back in a minute.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna do a quick BRB.
Oh boy. I was not expecting this. I love it, but I was not expecting this. Glad to see that you and the Hazelnut Gallery are having a good time. Go rabbit, go, man in the bag. Oh boy. Yeah, Liz, I'm really tempted to write up like a proper thing of, yes, if we want to do dust cloud fights, this is how they should potentially go, because it's a good way of doing low damage and moving along quickly without having to get caught up in this stat and that stat. I might actually write up a proper for it, or I know that we tend to get into dust cloud fights a spot, and they're always all over the place because no one can decide on how they work. You are so right. I really hope we get to make that happen. That'd be fucking astounding. Please. Also, no, I'm not giving any context to future listeners as to what I'm reading here in the Hazener gallery. Like, if you're not here, you're not here. This is the intermission. I get to do what I like. Wait, humanoid Ms. Foam? What? Humanoid Ms. Foam? Oh wait, no, yes, you're right. You're fucking... I forgot I have the memory of a fucking goldfish. You are right, it was terrifying. I hated it. I loved it. It was great. Ugh. Absolutely horrifying.
Everton. Hello.
Hello. Hey Mod, have you
I have
seen...
no idea what's gonna happen.
Mod, have you seen Buff Miss Foam? We're getting...
So I come
Oh,
back and this is what
where?
we're talking about, huh?
Where?
Have you seen
Where?
Buff Miss Foam?
I don't think so.
Liz, please repost it.
Have this. Please. I will die without this content.
Wait.
The expectation is killing me.
We've got to see this.
Okay. No
A
drama.
couple of ideas about where Higgs is going and what he's gonna do next.
Oh wait,
just
I've
so
got...
we're aware.
I very much...
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Don't ask me why this is the random black square. This is... Sorry, Jay turning up solely for this.
This makes me think about like the first, it's like two panels. The first is like you're blacked out and you open your eyes and that's what you see.
That's the first
Even
thing
better.
you fucking see after you die. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Welcome.
I'm sorry, but I can see like Biff and Ms. Foam like comboing to make this happen. Like you just have Biff with Ms. Foam
Oh
on
my
their head.
god.
I think
classic
that Miss
stack 'em
Foam...
up.
I think that Miss Foam would make an excellent new hat for Biff if needed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, little slimy, but it's fine.
Anyway, are we all good? Do we want to continue? Mock, you are now
Sorry.
in charge of this fucking wild ride.
Sorry. Sorry to take it from you, I guess. I'm gonna unmute because I had... Or not
Charlie
muted,
in
but
here somehow.
recording.
Guys off DM duty. Just...
Like, I do still have one or two bits and pieces that I will interrupt a little bit with this. But yeah, no, Mock, you are currently taking the lead here.
Okay. I've unpaused my recording.
Farewell,
So
Hazelnut
I'm
Gallery.
at it again here. Yeah. So, well, first things first. I think Higgs runs far,
Mhm.
and then he's going to try to find like, I don't know, like a seedy like inn or something, anywhere he could go where it's not going to be like people are looking at him. Is that like? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, I mean, again, you're in a specifically seedy part of town, and it's late at night. Anywhere that still has its lights on is probably somewhere you can go hide in, really.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go in. He's gonna rent like a back room for the night.
Fair enough. Now,
Um,
deeply important question, because that finding somewhere and renting a room is probably going to take more than 10 minutes. Do you let NG
Mm.
breathe?
yeah. Is NG? I mean, is NG still passed out?
Yeah, NG's going to
No,
be out
no,
for a
am
solid
I?
hour.
Okay.
Solid. Oh, excellent. So yeah, he lets NG breathe, but he probably puts him back in the hole for convenient, for convenient, moving him around.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, he gets to the back room. He sets up like a chair and does the thing where, well, first things first, he's gonna take the engineer out of his hole, probably by putting a hole on the ceiling and then having him just fall down.
Yep, thunk.
Which,
He seems like a sturdy guy. That's fine.
Yeah, engineer, you are
Um,
still snoring away.
Higgs is gonna go through his pockets.
oh, charming.
It's just like, what's he got in there? Any like
He doesn't
identification?
have
Anything very valuable?
he doesn't have much money. Actually, he basically has no money, which is really fucking funny to
That's
me.
fine.
Does he have anything interesting? A surprising number of weapons. He's got a health potion.
We get the
He's got
scene
some
where
Can I?
he
Oh, I
pulls
will
out like a
actually.
little
weird
knife,
thing.
Can I get
pulls
a-
out
Has
a
like a
bigger
key with no
knife,
teeth on it.
pulls out a
There's
gun.
Can I get a
a
quick
cigar that's
perception
actually
check?
burning, but you can put it back in and it's fine.
I do want a quick perception check for something that is not in NG's pockets to see if you notice, pay any notice to it. Higgs.
Perception. Okay. Well, 0.
Nope, you don't notice.
That's a natural 1 minus 1, 0.
Okay. The specific item that this was for was the fast speech earring mod. So you've got that as a reference, you still have that on.
Oh, good. Good.
Oh yeah. No, he's not like. I mean, he'll probably take the weapons out for now.
Okay.
Actually, can I make like an investigation just to see if Higgs can find like identification on this guy?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he wants to know who this is.
Probably find some business cards at least. Yeah,
Give you that with a
14. Yeah, you could definitely find at least business cards.
Yeah, you found the business card of the engineer, and I can in fact post that if I can find it in time.
Do you have one? Oh yeah, you
I
have
do.
one.
Because I have lost control of my life, and even though I need business cards, what I did first was do the engineers.
Oh, that's fine. Like you did.
vitally important, honestly.
Yeah, it does in fact have the address of Dodo Studios. It's just in invisible ink, so nobody can see it
It's fine.
here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna take one of those and keep it. Otherwise, he's really not gonna mess with his stuff too much. Again, he doesn't really want him to have all the weapons, so he's gonna put those off in a corner.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like
there's just
like a
an
huge stack of weapons in the
indecently
corner.
large heap of weapons in the corner.
Just kick him under the bed, it's fine.
He actually gets a chair and then ties NG up.
Oh, nice, thank you.
How good are your knots?
It's a great question. Should I do a roll to see what it'll set the DC of?
Yeah,
the, like,
I accept sleight of
getting
hand
out?
for this, so.
You will. Okay.
Can you not?
Can you not?
22.
Or not?
Okay,
In
so
fact.
He cannot.
that's the 22 was going to be the dexterity check that you would need to make to squirm your way out of. I do just want to point out they are actually specific numbers for if strength rolls to break your way out of rope, but
Sure. Plus,
now-
they're very good knots.
yeah.
If anything, NG will be impressed by the good knot work if he knows anything about knots.
Definitely had some practice with this kind of thing with a nice little friend of mine called Rode, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and her friend called Echo, who is also there.
Okay.
That was me.
Uh,
And then
Higgs.
he's gonna he's then gonna putter around, probably get something to eat, come back.
It's, as I said, it's going to be a solid hour. In fact, exactly an hour before engineer, you will start to like start to come back to consciousness, and yeah, you are tied to a chair in an unfamiliar, dodgy looking hotel room.
As he's coming round, you sort of put me back in the ring. I can go another round. What? Who?
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
gagged.
did I miss it? Peg.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Did I at
Very
least
unprofessional.
knock somebody out the window?
I'm like, does Higgs give it to him?
I mean, do you like this is all right, this is now at the point where it is solely down to whatever character interactions you want to have. I may interrupt
Yeah.
at some point, but for now we are slipping into FPS territory.
Hello. We're good. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Higgs just goes like,
You might have.
Oh, thank goodness. I was starting to think I was
And he was like-
losing it. Did you pick and tie me up? He's just like looking at himself, like mildly disgusted.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, I'll answer
Higgs,
them
by the
in
way,
a
is
moment.
sitting-
Just give me a moment. And he sort of winces, and these black blade-like feathers shoot out of the sides of him as he casts Sword Burst.
well, son of a.
So that does it only does 2d6 of force damage, which manifests as these sort of little blade-like black feathers. So he does 8 damage to the ropes, so that may make it easier to get out of them.
I'd say you managed to slice
ropes
through
have
most
a-
of not quite all, you kind of
Yes.
need to still wriggle free a bit, but unless you get a crit fail on your dex check, you're out.
As if to rub it in, he's just like, that's but I just couldn't breathe properly. Okay, carry on.
Higgs, by the way, has been sitting like across the room at like. No, it would be funnier if Angie was at one end of a table and Higgs was at the other end of a table.
Yeah,
perfect.
like a fancy
It's
dinner.
not a big table, but it's like you were seated as if you were also at the table. Like little rickety light up above.
Very, very homey atmosphere. Anyway, he has invited you to continue this conversation.
Yeah, all right. Who the hell are you? What do you want? Why have you been following me?
This question would be easier with the beard, but I'm surprised that you haven't figured it out already. This isn't real, by the way. Could you just, give it a tug? It'll come off.
I'm like, did Higgs tug the beard? Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, like, yeah, if you want to take it off now, you can.
I mean, yeah, no, yeah, no. He'll like just tug it off. He's like, oh yeah, good one. Does he recognize the engineer as a person? Like, yeah, he has because I mean, first of all, yeah, he recognized him, but also he's been kind of keeping an eye on those.
Like, we've established in various chats and also you drew a whole ass comic about it at one point that
Yeah.
Higgs does recognize the engineer, keeps seeing posters of him and his movies fucking everywhere, keeps hearing people talking about him. So yeah, no, you recognize the engineer.
I think it was more a question like, well,
Okay, well, who are you to me? What do you want? Why are you following me?
Who said I was picking following you? Tonight is basically the first time I think I've ever seen you. No, I think I have seen you or met you somewhere else, but it may have been just like one of those conventions or...
And
Have you
engineer,
applied to be in one of my movies? Yeah, I don't really recall exactly where.
engineer, I will say, the amount of like paranoia that seems to be going on here seems kind of like, again, it's familiar. Did you have like an old friend that seemed like, yeah, maybe like an old friend had very much the same paranoia qualities.
Yeah. In fact, like at the end, he's like, "Did I go to school with you? I pulled that out of my ass, but maybe, I mean, you could be older than you actually look. I don't know."
I don't think so. I just know that I keep seeing your stupid face everywhere I go.
Hey, that's advertising.
Obviously
for you.
you're
Do you
following.
mind if I get rid of this okay, these ropes are really starting to get me down. I like to gesture when I'm talking, so he's gonna roll strength to just get out of those ropes real quick, if that's
Amazing.
cool.
Anything higher than a 5
he's
and you
not
make
gonna-
it.
Is it a saving throw or strength?
Just a regular strength throw.
I think athletics.
Okay.
Technically.
Oh, athletics. That would
I mean,
change it.
Technically.
Okay,
Yeah,
athletics is a +8, so I will take that. Thank you very much.
yeah, you're good.
15.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
unless you rolled a natural 1, you are gonna get
They just fall off.
Out of them.
it.
He's like, oh, thank God I had a itch on my face. Do you know what it's like when you kind of get something with your finger? Ah, that's so much better. Okay, so you're mighty jumpy, aren't you? I'm kind of famous, so you're probably gonna see my face around the place. I think you may be flattering yourself by thinking that I'm following you. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, all right. Because for many, many years, I didn't see you everywhere, and now I am. So obviously something's changed.
Yeah, clearly you started paying attention to billboards.
Ugh, unbelievable. Do you think I'm
Just
stupid?
magazines.
Do you think I'm stupid?
Is that a question that I have to answer? I mean, how about this for a starter? You know my name. What's your name?
You'd think a stalker would know my name, but okay, fine. My name is Benjamin Herman Boygo Higgins, but if that's too complicated for you, you can call me Higgs.
Benjamin Herman Boingo Higgins. And I think he says it like he has heard that name before. Why? Where? It's the weirdest goddamn name in the world, so he's like hardly likely to forget it, but he cannot remember where he knows it from. Oh my god, what the fuck? He's like, I do know you, but oh, I'm getting a headache just trying to think about it. Should I do like a whiz save or
Yeah,
something to?
please. Yeah, headache
Okay.
to see if you wisdom to see if you can remember that, oh wait, you felt this shit before.
2!
That's
one.
a
God,
crit
that was a
fail.
natural 1!
And,
Oh man, what happens to me?
no,
die.
your head is killing you. You've definitely got a migraine coming on, and those suck. And because of the migraine coming on, you don't even notice that. Wait, no, you're fairly certain you felt this exact same. Remember this thing, but can't remember this thing, but familiar, but sort of thing before. It's sorry, you're dead. Not dead, but dead in the water.
I'm R.I.P. dead. Like, yeah, no, he just does. I don't know if you've ever been around someone with a hangover before, but he does the, oh god, it's too bright and loud in here at once. My life is complete misery. Wince. And it's just, pick what was in that purple stuff.
I'm really curious. Do you think Higgs knows what was in the purple stuff?
Yeah, probably, considering it knows potions and everything. It was basically just the spell sleep, but really highly powered and able, like, an area of effect rather than
Yeah.
anything else. So it was just real high level
I think
sleep.
Higgs probably goes like, well, my best guess is like, he names off a bunch of chemicals that
Yeah,
um,
bit of lavender.
ammonium acetate, uh, chem, fuck,
Adamantium oxide. I don't know.
yeah, adamantium oxide,
Couple of essential
Canadium
oils.
is probably in there at some point. Like, point is, he looks at you like probably not comprehending this, and he looks at you and goes, that comes together to be like a basic sleep spell. Textbook.
The engineer's expression is just a textbook. What the was any of that common? I just don't understand what you just said. But he's just sort of eventually waves it off and is like,
cloud makes you sleepy.
give me some coffee or something. My head is killing me.
Let me see what I have. I'm gonna have Higgs reach into his hammer space again, just because I think it's fun.
Coffee in his hammerspace.
Oh my god,
Hey,
okay.
come on.
Fumble,
Oh my god, I
fumble.
have to pull out his hammer space thing. It always happens whenever I don't have it up, is when I
I
roll
have
the
the
natural one.
vanilla one if you want to use that instead.
No, I have a custom one. Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Well, first he pulls out a canteen. He kind of like shakes it around, opens up the top, sniffs it, goes, probably not gonna want that one. He hands it over to you anyway. It is a half full canteen of rubbing alcohol.
Oh, okay. I mean, you just gave him something. He's gonna drink it.
To be fair, he did say you're probably not gonna want that one.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he has canonically eaten glass before on this show, so like, how does this work out, Kai?
I mean, like you've drunk paraffin wax before, because those are the blobby bits in lava lamps. So, um,
Delicious.
you're not like how are you doing temperature wise?
I mean, he's definitely cooled off. Like the bar fight was definitely cathartic. That was probably good for his health, like lowered his blood pressure a bit. I think any amount of alcohol will give him a sort of a whoosh. You know, it's like throwing it into
Yeah.
the firebox of a steam train. So you get a sort of. He's like, okay, that's not my favorite tipple, but it's not bad. All right, I feel a little bit better.
I'm like,
Thank you.
I want Higgs to go through and get at least one more. Okay, that's a 2.
Yeah.
I love
It's an
seeing
8. He pulls out a bear trap, probably on his hand, probably caught on his hand. He goes, ah! Like shakes it off, flies over Reggie's head.
This passes without comment. Completely normal toon behavior.
Yeah.
Yep. He pulls out a rocket launcher.
I
I was
love
wondering
this.
where I put that.
Love hammer
Oh,
space
this is the
fumbles.
longest fumble roll we've
Yep.
ever had.
He pulls out a knife! Exclamation point. It's a
Higgs.
silver knife.
Higgs, what do you have there? A knife. No.
Yep, it's a nice silver knife that he got on a fun adventure. He's probably been throwing these, like tossing them. He's like turned away from the engineer. He's probably tossing these things like behind him, like over Engie's head. The knife just like sticks into the wall.
I think engineer admires the
Oh boy.
craftsmanship.
It's a very long fumble.
Oh my god.
He pulls out a braid in a jar.
Oh no, I'm alright. I've already got one of those. Thank you.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. Then he finally pulls out like a coffee maker, like one of those like those like the normal ones and not like the Keurig type. Just like a regular coffee maker, and puts it like on the table and like sets it up to make coffee. Like he doesn't have coffee right on hand, but he sets it up. He probably like sniffs it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's clean.
And like
Just
starts making coffee. Wait, what'd you say?
Nothing. I'm just dying because I love this scene so much. You can actually see it being animated. Yeah, engineer does not even respond to this. This is completely ordinary behavior for a pair of toons. So while they're waiting for the coffee to titrate, he's like, so what are you? You look a bit like a scientist with the goggles and all.
Oh, you got it right on your very first try.
That's supposed to be surprising. You do look a little bit like a. He's just, gesturing at the extremely. This is what a cartoon scientist looks like. Design.
Yeah. And Higgs nods, like he's explaining it to a 3-year-old. And yeah, he does something like, well,
yeah, potions are my game. And, I go around, I wreak havoc, all that good stuff.
Havoc, I know a wee bit about potions, not so much. Especially if they're like the one that just knocked me out for. How long was I out for? What time is it?
Well, not everybody has the smarts for it, so I don't blame you.
Ooh.
It's been about an hour.
I'm gonna be late for reading bedtime stories. Okay, can we wrap this up because I have kids, and frankly, yeah, not too pleasant as conversations go.
The worst part about this, I bet, is that Edgy probably is still like, this is a terrible conversation, but also I kind of like this guy.
There's something about him. He likes the moxie. He does like the moxie. Like, not everybody talks to the engineer like this guy, so it is a bit refreshing.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't even want to wait for the coffee, or?
Yeah, if you. It's not gonna take too long, is it?
Nah. I don't know how long coffee usually takes to make. I don't really drink coffee myself.
Too long, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, all right. They sit there. They sit there and stare at each other for 5 minutes.
Like solid silence for 5 fucking minutes.
I'm sorry, actually
Which I think is the funniest option, honestly.
I think like
We get
right,
the SpongeBob card of 5 minutes later.
right at the end.
Like Higgs could be trying to drill him again, but like we did that.
I was gonna say right at the end of that 5 minutes, just as the coffee kind of goes like ding. NG, you can hear something. Higgs, you cannot, and it's just like, all right, engineer, okay, are you here? Wait, you can't just like 10-minute check in. It's like, I hear it. Like, please answer this time, and you can hear Charlie on your earpiece.
Hello. Thank you for checking in. Sorry, I was unconscious for an hour.
Angie!
Thanks.
Okay, you're good. Where are you? There was this is like you were in the bar, then you
What?
weren't. It was like what happened?
It was a bar fight. I sucked, and then I was okay, and then somebody dropped some purple mess, and it knocked me out. But there's this
Were you
weird
just
buddy
reminding yourself
scientist
about these
chap.
events?
Will you shut up? I'm talking to someone who's actually got a brain cell to spare. Anyway, Charlie. Okay. I'm in some sort of. I'll pick an idea.
I need all of my brain cells, so.
It's alright. You tied me up, but I'm out. They will like. I mean, it's not exactly a big deal. I'll be alright. But I may be slightly late for bedtime stories. Could you solve? Or I mean, you're very good at the voices.
Yep, I'll do it. Yep, okay. You're safe though, right? Because I'm fairly sure that like moves, shorts, kids, Larry. Yeah, lots of people try to kill me if I let you actually get into danger. You're safe, right?
Fine, I'm fine. It just went a wee bit sideways thanks to my new friend here, but it's all okay now. I will be back home safe and sound, and if I manage to get into more trouble that actually I do need help with, I will make sure to contact you. I appreciate the check-in, I really do. Thank you, Charlie.
Right, okay. Just, you sure you don't want me to come, like, get you? Because, as we've just seen, leaving you on your own doesn't tend to go too well.
It's up to you. I mean, like at this point, I'm asking the DM, "Do you want Charlie to come pick Angie
No,
up?"
this
Which is
this
adorable.
is entirely up to you. Because, like, I mean, if you want Charlie to come in and ruin any conversation that you two might have, that is absolutely an option. But also, if you two want to just kind of see how things go between you two, that is entirely cool.
Okay. I mean, yeah. And he's like, "It's up to you, but I think I'll be okay. Thanks. I'll just get my bearings after I've had some coffee. God, that stuff gave me such a headache. Oh, do not inhale purple smoke. Just keep that in mind, okay?"
My best. All right, I'll maybe go to the bedtime stories for you if that's all right. Because it doesn't sound like you're gonna be in a great place for them anytime soon.
I owe you again.
All right. Don't die, because if you die again, fairly sure they'll kill me. But I'll check in on you later. All right, cool. Charlie out.
Aye, Captain. Over and out. Okay. He, as it were, hangs up, probably like just by touching the earring in a particular place. He's like, sorry about that. That was a very trusted colleague of mine, and if you try anything, I'm pretty sure he'd be glad to eviscerate you.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him try. That guy at the bar freaking tried.
Why? What happened with that? Because like you seem to be
What a
conscious
moron.
and not under the effects of whatever it was that got me. So
What?
how do you get out there? How do you get me in here?
Ah, well, it was easy.
I think he like. You know what? He will. Yeah, he's gonna show off. He pulls out the portable hole again from his back pocket. I must stress, this one doesn't go into the hammer space. And like slaps it up on the wall, like reaches into it.
Huh? Huh?
Ah, I've heard of those. I'm gonna have to try and get hold of those. Expensive, are they?
Not for me. He smiles.
A fella like you'd be able to get one for not so much for a fella like me. Maybe we can talk business.
That's a little harder. I gotta, I'll think on it.
Well, I mean, now you know who I am, you're probably going to be able to find where I work. Not getting in might be a little bit hard. We have decent security now.
Yeah, you're at he names off the address on the card that he has.
I mean, like, it's a giant fucking building, it's no big
No, I
surprise.
know.
But the engineer does notice that you have taken a business card from his person.
Higgs doesn't read it off the card. He's memorized it.
Oh, really? Okay. In that case, the engineer does not know that you've taken a business card off his person. He's like, aye, that's the one.
All right, well, we're not done with this conversation.
He like points at you.
All right, but the coffee. Come on.
Yeah. No, I think he like hands you a coffee. I don't know if he. What is he? Does he put anything in it? Like
I mean, do you still have the rubbing alcohol?
not like maliciously. No, I think he just like slides it over to you.
I'm gonna roll Hammerspace. And unfortunately,
he has definitely. Oh.
Successfully uses his hammer space to retrieve a bottle of Tabasco and empties an indecent amount of it into the coffee before chugging
Amazing.
the entire thing.
Higgs had pulled out like a hazelnut creamer.
That would have been so much nicer, but no, not for this guy.
As is his favorite. I like the mental image of both of them just taking a moment to like breathe in the coffee and like smell and like enjoy a sip.
Okay.
I love...
Or in engineer's case, nearly eating the entire mug with it, but then thinks better of it because it's not his property.
Just like the wonderful little image of you both sitting like at either end of the table is synchronized doing this whole thing, and
the tone of this meeting is just a roller coaster.
It's all over the place.
I love it. I really do.
But as soon as that happens, he's like, alright, is the conversation over now? Because I really should be going, because frankly, bedtime in my household is a bit of a battlefield as well.
All right, well, the conversation's not over, but the meeting can be. For
All
now.
right.
Like points at you again.
What?
You'll see me again. Don't you forget it.
Okay. I won't?
He says it as if it's a threat.
Yeah, engineer is kind of picking up on that, but is also just like, I don't believe that at all. So what is this? Are you trying to be like a new rival or villain or business connection? What is the ultimate goal of this relationship? Because we could just cut to the chase right now.
I think this is like the first time where Higgs genuinely like stumbles. like in his wording of like as much as I like try to piece together whatever he's saying, I like to imagine he's fairly like quick with answers and direct. Um but he does like hesitate and I think he just says that's to be determined.
Okay, well, as long as it's not in a particularly aggressive matter, although this was kind of fun. If there's a wee bit of a buffet, I don't mind. It gives me a bit of a workout. Anyway, I'll look forward to seeing you again, I suppose. Is that appropriate to say? It's not going to insult you.
I really want him to just be like,
Most things insult me.
Well, I did use you as a blunt object, so I suppose a little bit
Which
of
was not
grief.
appreciated.
Hey, but you were pretty effective, the size of yon head. I mean, you could have a second call in here. It would flail.
All right, well, I'll consider the career choice.
Okay, good for you, laddie. And he is going to take off if you don't like prevent him.
he's just gonna let him go.
Or if Kai has anything else in hand, I don't know.
This was so far off what I had planned, and I have nothing else I can realistically throw at you guys, considering you guys just got the fuck out of there.
Sorry, we got the fuck out of
No,
Diamond.
that's okay. This was astounding. This was amazing. Higgs actually got to be badass somehow. So
Which he never got to do on the train.
Exactly. So I am all here for this. This has been great, unless there's like any last things that you want to do, either individually or you have like last things you want to do each other.
Well, I think Engineer is definitely going to retrieve his inordinately large pile of weapons, but he does it basically under the effects of Expeditious Retreat. So it's sort of like, all right, see you in. And he's like, fucking McDonald gone.
Yep, that's fine. That makes sense.
He's not
God,
gonna-
I'm like, I want Higgs to do something, but I don't know exactly what he's gonna do. No, I know what he does.
Mhm.
Once Angie has gone, and Higgs probably like gets up and locks the door because that's how he is.
Mhm.
He sits back down at the table and like drinks his midnight or whatever coffee, and takes out from I don't know where he keeps it. Probably also his hammer space, but he takes out a stuffed baby alligator and just sets it on the table and looks at it as he drinks his coffee.
Aw,
And that's it.
that's so cute.
Spirits of Pointy Stan.
He's down.
Mhm.
Aw. I think as Engineer is like tearing his way home at Mach speeds, because if he's late for bedtime, Snellian and Shorts Kid can kick up a fuss. And Larry, you know, he likes his nursery rhymes. Anyway, he is bounding his way home, and he's still like coming around from that like amazing headache. But like, I think for the ensuing weeks, he's gonna be like trying to remember where he knows that guy is from, and he's gonna keep getting this damn headache about it.
I think at some point,
Excellent.
just through sheer time, at some point you're gonna manage to essentially roll high enough to realize you don't manage to remember anything. You still always get that headache. However, after a while, the headache itself starts feeling familiar, and it does click for you that you get very similar migraines whenever you try and read that particular journal that strange green bunny Minty brought back to you.
Oh, I should have had Higgs write something. Damn.
So
Never
you don't.
mind.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, so you
Next
don't know
time.
for certain. You don't know anything, but there's that little thought in the back of your mind that is this maybe. And I think that's a good point.
And next time it might be all three of us.
All right. Wow.
That was that.
Guys, that was fun. Thank you for games.
Thank you.
God. I have missed Higgs so
I
much.
have missed this. Like, you are both so much fun to interact with. So
Oh, you
thank you
too.
very, very much.
Charlie's gonna
Me
panic
too.
so much. I do just want to like a little bonus thing. Like Charlie,
Charlie.
I will say, background shit that went on. The bird that was walking in just as the dust cloud fight happened that tried to snatch Higgs as well was actually the person you were meant to meet up with, NG.
Oh, of course it
saw
was.
saw the dust cloud fight that happened. Went back to Charlie, told Charlie. Charlie's now like, oh shit, my boss has just
Oh, yeah.
vanished. And that's what started the whole hunt that went down for like a solid hour that you were
Amazing.
unconscious for.
Oh,
So
no. Oh, Charlie. He's gonna try and do his best to make it up to this podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
my
okay.
gosh. But he's like, if he ever meets the
Fucking
bird, he's gonna
astounding.
give that bird an earful for being so fucking late. What the hell, man?
Beaks ain't good with
Be
time.
punctual.
Beaks
Alright,
doesn't
I'm
own
still
a watch,
recording,
he
so
says.
I'm probably gonna just stop this recording right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay?
I think it's time to say
Fine.
bye.
Thank you.
Alright.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.